Graham, first of all, have you added to your casualty list at all?
I tend not to look at that. I tend to steer well clear of the physio room. No doubt, in true Newport fashion, we would have. I'm not quite sure who of yet, but I could nearly guarantee, something has gone untoward over the last 24 or 48 hours. But look, as I say, and I keep saying it, one man's misfortune is another man's fortune. So if there is any more injuries, well then it'll present one or two lads with opportunities. And as we've seen over the last couple of weeks, couple of months, we've had a number of young kids, young academy prospects in and around us. So they're great for them, great times for them, great occasions for them. So somebody will benefit if we do. If we don't, hopefully we will benefit.
And nobody coming back, nobody close to...
No, it'll be a couple of weeks. I'm probably looking at Seb Palmer-Holden, James Clark, Harry Charsley, probably in that order over the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. And then after that, then you probably go Adam Lewis, you probably go Kyle Jameson, you probably go Ozenzala. Josh Seabury will be a lot longer. I could be here all night. Let's concentrate on the ones that are fit. Let's concentrate on the ones that are ready, fit and available to do battle tomorrow.
You had a terrific win last week. You weren't so happy with the performance in midweek, but this is the FA Cup, so you're hoping that inspires?
It wasn't that I wasn't happy with the performance midweek. It was unprecedented. We made over 500 passes. We had a lot of the ball. It was probably, we weren't clinical, we weren't ruthless. It was probably an opportunity and a chance for us to win another game of football and put back-to-back clean sheets and back-to-back wins. And that's probably where I was a little bit annoyed with the lads. But overall, the first half I thought was one of the best performances we've had. We were quick, we were sharp, we created a lot of chances. We come in at half time with 11 shots. At the end of the game we had 18 shots, but we'd only worked the goalie twice. So again, that was probably part of my frustration. But so far as the first 45 minutes, it was really, really positive. And even to get the likes of James Waite and Nathan Wood and Caban, to get them on the pitch as well, that was another positive as well. But look, the result wasn't what we wanted, but last Saturday was. So I suppose we're talking inconsistency then. Even though last Saturday was 2-0, I wanted a 3-4, and that was the conversation I had with the strikers. Let's be ruthless, let's be clinical in the final third, and we should have, if the truth be known, we should have come away with a few more goals than we did at Gillingham. 2-0 flattered the home team, and people may look at that, 2 penalties, but we had a lot of chances to kill that game and to go away 3-4 5-0 winners there. And that's what I want from my lads. I want them to be ruthless, I want them to be clinical, I want them to be greedy in front of goal and stack up their goals and their individual accolades and things like that. So that's probably where my frustration was this week, to be honest.
You'll know that in the last few years, Newport have been one of the big success stories of the FA Cup. Reach round 5, reach round 4, reach round 3. They've got recently a good record for a lower division club. You'd love to do that now, wouldn't you? You'd love to get that sort of atmosphere back again.
Oh yeah, I think that's what this club is built on, and that's where the history and the tradition lies and sits. I've got to be realistic. I've got to understand that Newport probably in them days was a lot stronger on the field and maybe off the field than we are these days. So I've got to be realistic, but my ambition doesn't change. The players' ambition, the fans' ambition doesn't change either. We all want to bring those days back. Cup runs is great. The FA Cup is excellent. There's some brilliant nights here. I remember watching on telly, live on telly as well. Some great nights, some great occasions here at Rodney. And we want to obviously have our little slice of history, our little slice of the FA Cup. But I dare say, but I'm guessing, I'm pretty sure the club was in a far stronger position in those days to go and compete with those type of teams. But the one thing, as I say, the one thing we are is we're competitive, and we will give our all, we will do our best, and I'm sure we'll rise to the occasion. I'm sure the fans will as well, and they'll get right behind us tomorrow. And we're looking forward to it. We are looking forward to it. It's a nice little distraction. The 2 cup games, one Tuesday night against West Ham and one tomorrow against Oldham. They're nice distractions to take us away from the league.
One of the reasons the club was strong was because the finances brought in by the FA Cup. It probably got this club over the COVID period.
Yeah, very true, very true. Probably a lot of clubs would have been in the same boat. So look, we are aware of the financial implications. We are aware of the history. We are aware of the tradition. And if anybody in the dressing room is not, I'm sure David Pipe and Mark O'Brien will be in their ear, informing them and letting them know. But look, as a kid, the FA Cup was always special to us watching across. In Ireland, I've come across to 1 or 2 cup finals as well. You know, I've been lucky enough. So. It's you dreaming. Look, you're out your back garden kicking football, and you're dreaming of FA Cup scoring in the FA Cup final and things like that. So every kid, I'm sure every kid who loved football and grew up with football will be aware of the tradition and the history and just the romance, as they say. I don't like using that word romance. The wife gets nervous. So the FA Cup was brilliant. The FA Cup was great, and we can't wait. We can't wait for it tomorrow. And some of these young lads will get their first taste of the FA Cup tomorrow. So that's great, and that's brilliant. And football is all about memories, making memories, positive memories, good memories. And this club has got a long catalogue of those good, happy memories, and we want to add to it. We'd certainly like to add to it. I can't stress to the players enough, we're probably not going to be a football club that's going to reach Wembley or reach the final or the semi-final of Wembley or the FA Cup at Wembley. So our finals, our big stages can come around about the 3rd and the 4th round if we were good enough to get that far. You know, they would be Wembley occasions for us if you could draw a Premier League club away from home. So they're the targets. They're what we're looking at, or even at home. They're the targets, and they're what we're looking at. But like I say, one step at a time. Let's see what I've got first and foremost. We'll have a roll call this morning. Let's see what we've got fit and willing and able to turn out for us tomorrow. That's my first objective, and then my second is to find a training ground. So I've got 101 things to worry about before a game. But look, it's brilliant, it's great, and it's a game we love. So and these problems need solutions. So I'm here to try and solve all them problems as best I can.
So have you seriously got nowhere to train today? Is that?
Well, obviously with the weather, we
Right.
just have issues with the weather. The waterlogged. We've got pitch inspection. We've got a couple of pitch inspections going on at the minute. So we just have to try and we'll get somewhere. Jesus, I'm only saying, but we will get somewhere. We will train somewhere. We'll go into Tesco's car park if we have to. But look, the weather has come down. The storm keyring, is it? Is that what they call him, or Kieran, or whatever it is? He's been here this week, so he's given the grass pitches a well and truly a good watering. So we'll get somewhere. It's not a major. It's something we'll sort.
Just something extra to think about before a big game.
Well, that's the life. That's the life of a manager.
Yeah. You spoke about Pipey and O'Brien with the experience of the FA Cup. Obviously, Scott Bennett you've got as well, who's been on all those runs. His experience will be vital again.
But Scott doesn't say a lot. Scott doesn't say a lot. He's very quiet as there, Scott. He keeps himself to himself, but when he needs to speak, he speaks. So yeah, look, we've got some experienced lads in the change room. We've got a little bit of knowledge and experience of Rodney Parade on FA Cup days. So we'll be calling on that. We'll be asking the lads, and I'm sure the younger lads in the squad will be leaning on Scott Bennett, Mark O'Brien and David Pipe.